man. Okay.
It's too strong. You need some more juice.
I ain't gonna lie. At first I taste, I'm like, nah, but I'm like, man,
I'm gonna find out. Let me see.
it's a little strong.
I think that's cool.
That's good. Okay.
I think that's cool.
Plus, his ice got to sit
Look,
in
you'll
there,
think
though.
about it a little bit.
It's gonna be just one for me anyway. You
Yeah.
know, I'm a lightweight when it comes
Okay.
to this shit. I ain't in the front. Shit. I can't even smoke like I used to.
For real?
Yeah, I don't smoke like that no more.
What?
That's funny. I don't either, man.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
I mean, I'm going to smoke every day.
Exactly.
But I'm not going to nail me 4 or 5 a day.
Exactly.
Like I was.
Exactly.
I'm like, nah. I'm finding myself like smoking half and putting it out again. I ain't done that shit.
Wow.
That's pretty much what I do too. I just put that motherfucker out.
Yeah. And I go in the back of my shop. So I go out there, I light up the second half. Especially if I got me a little 30 minutes in between.
Yep. It's just pretty much all that 3, 4, 5 to the head. Can't do that
That was excessive anyway. I don't even see what
Yeah,
that
we
was
used to
all
roll them
about.
up at night
That's
for the
excessive.
next day.
Yep.
Roll them all up and have them put them back in the box.
That's when you just young and you just like.
It's there. Why not? You know, shit.
I see the youngsters do it now. I be like, boy, you just wasting weed.
And,
You
I,
ain't getting no higher.
You cannot.
You
You
can't.
cannot.
and then you wasted 5 hours not thinking. I mean, you would think, but you're not thinking about multiple things like you could normally
Right.
do.
Exactly.
He's like,
How
damn,
funny.
man.
That's real talk, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then there's people that are your age that long time been saying that. Like, look at this nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
You just not figuring that out.
I
Yeah.
can't function.
I'm
like
judging.
that, boy.
6:02 already.
Well, I like to do weird shit like get high and go to the gym.
That is a good workout though.
I'm telling you, that
That's a
workout
good
be
workout. It
intense.
be intense.
Be like like you
But
took some
before,
Because you really working,
but
because
the
you-
next day,
you
shit,
be
you
focused
feel
like a
it.
motherfucker.
Yeah, I tried that one time.
Yep.
Thomas, what's going on?
In the zone.
And one thing is another, huh?
What's going on, brother?
Yeah, you doing all right?
Yeah, bro, man. Nice to meet you, bro.
You too.
Right.
I'm just tired. I'm gonna quit.
You finna quit?
Nah, I'm gonna quit. Sick and tired,
You
sick and
almost
tired.
got your place all set up.
Oh yeah, it's almost like
Mm-hmm.
a couple more things, but I don't think I'm gonna do. I ain't gonna be able to get my food taken.
Why not?
Too much other shit.
Um,
This right here,
so you can get it
keeping
later.
this up.
Yeah, keeping this afloat. You can still get it. You know, just keep the spot ready for it. You know. That's how you do that shit.
I don't even think I want it no more.
I see your extension cord, it ain't last.
Too many people.
Yeah.
Just you know what I'm saying? Unnecessary shit. I came back Saturday, new show. And it's chairs all back here and stuff like that. The thing chair. It's best.
Hey, thanks for tuning in to Under the Influence on Texas 101 Jam. I am S. Lynn.
I'm Brad the Barber.
And I'm Roy B.
How do I turn this down? Go get it.
It's right there in your hand.
I see it, but
No, on the side. On the side, it's a big old.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
There you go.
all right, that was your weekend.
It was chill.
What I'm doing? Huh? I've been gone for a
Probably
week.
for some people had another crawfish filled weekend.
No, I don't like the volume on it at all. It leaves an echo. It gives me an echo. Yeah. What you say? You had some crawfish?
No, I said for some it was a crawfish filled weekend.
For
I didn't
some.
have crawfish.
Oh, my damn crawfish.
I spent
you
the
do,
weekend
Roy B?
gardening.
Gardening. Yes. Okay.
Urban vegetables.
Herb and vegetables. Yes.
That's a good thing. Everyone say he has some kale.
I know. People sleep on kale.
Yeah.
That's their
kale.
superfruit.
That's what they call it.
But in the islands, they like, we don't even eat that because it grows plentiful out there.
Yeah.
It's
I
like-
think that's why they call it superfood, because it grows so damn fast.
Yeah,
super-
exactly.
Super fast, bro.
Super fast growing, and it help you feel super good.
That's
So-
clean eating right there.
But I want to get into this Kanye thing. What y'all feel? How y'all feel about that Kanye situation? You agree with what he's talking about? You disagree? You think he lost his marbles? You think he part of Get Out? Do he need to get out?
I don't know.
Yeah, dude is out there right now, man. He's just trying to straddle the fence, man. He's finally crossed. He's in a place where, you know, I don't think he realized that he finally got to a place that he didn't realize is draining, man. He's at that point in life. He's just been so outspoken, but to me, this is by far has to be one of the lowest gimmicks.
Well, you know, I think the dude, in some ways, got some valid points, especially when it comes to free thinking.
That's
That's
what I
that's-
agree too.
yeah.
I agree with that
You
too.
know,
The free thinking
just
part.
part, you know, because we so much part of the collective, and we don't always.
Right.
We so stuck in our thinking, you know what I'm saying, with somebody of different religion or whatever it may be, you feel me? So I think that, you know, on that aspect, I'm all for the free thinking thing.
That's cool. But that's not the. I think the thing that's killing everybody is he's endorsed. You know, it's like in life, some of the things that you endorse and that some of the arguments you defend, that kind of shows what type of morals you have, or you know where your loyalty lies. Not even really just amongst a certain race of people, but just really amongst humans. Period. And this man has endorsed a person who, first of all, he knows nothing of his policies. And I had to watch the interview to understand, because of course we saw the hat stuff and the mega hat and all that.
Yeah.
He had already recorded the Charlamagne interview.
Yeah.
So I saw that, and I kind of, I know I'm cool with the free thinker, but you have endorsed a man whose policies you know nothing of, and you're only connecting with him for stupid, shallow, famous reasons.
Yeah,
being
because
rich.
he used to be cool.
Right.
Like before he got
But
into
into office.
politics, he said all the rappers loved him. You know, they used to, like Trump.
But, you know, the devil advocate, we all endorse people that we don't do due to the fact that skin color or reason why you like them. I mean, he could have felt that they was friends before he got into the politics.
That's how he
you know what I'm saying? He
thinks.
was doing stuff,
Right.
but we all do that. We all
Right.
support people because they are
But
friends.
right now, they saying it's a touchy situation. Even though y'all were friends prior to him becoming the president, the way he's acting now is not the same Trump that you was best friends buddy with.
How many of
Never
our
been
friends
buddy
change?
with him.
It's the
Shit,
same
our
Trump.
friends change.
It's the
He's
same
never
Trump,
the same
but I'm
Trump.
saying the image that he showed was never this racist
Look,
side.
and you know what? On the cool, he did. If you go back to the what's his name, that Park 7 or what it was, when he wanted them kids to get killed, that was the younger Trump days.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about it is Kanye made a point that we were all naive and really too young to even know what Trump was on mentally, other than we see him and he's rich.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is he's endorsed a man whose policies he knows nothing of. He does not, like when Charlamagne asked him, "What do you think about the travel ban?" He was like, "What travel ban?" He's not even connected with what's going on.
I said
and
that's
what Trump
about
is about.
95% of the people that voted don't
Don't
really know
know.
the policies. You know what I'm saying? How many
They
times
don't.
it's just
They
like
don't.
how many
more than
times
that.
do you vote? But how many times do people go
But
and they
you know,
vote
Some
straight?
people may be
No,
They
no,
vote
no,
Democratic.
yeah.
No,
or
no, listen,
Republican.
listen.
Some
Right
people
now.
may be in more detail and understanding of the
Right.
policies, but I would agree with him too that a lot of people don't know what the hell is going on. with
And
this
we
shit.
want to pick and choose what we pick at and point at other people.
But
like
I-
they always say, when you point at one people, you got one finger pointing at them and four pointing
But
back
I mean,
at you. or
but
three
the
or
thing
whatever.
is, we going by what we learned of. I didn't know Trump was like that until we watched the campaign.
I didn't know he was like that.
And
till
the things
campaign.
that he said,
He was just the millionaire guy who had the
But it's
Well, when he
not
started
his
picking
hand.
with Obama, I was like, okay, it might be some racism in this dude.
Yeah, but we didn't show up to the polls.
But my thing is that I agree with the whole voting thing. You should never, and that's one of the things that Chick Candace, forget her name, the black chick, speaking for them, and I believe in that because a lot of black people don't know. Majority blacks back in the day were Republicans, right? So it's like I get all of that, but my thing is that you've been so disconnected from what the world is going through right now that you didn't even realize. Which I know Kanye's smarter than that, but you have missed a year's worth of things that are going on with him.
Sure
the travel
did.
ban, the like right now he still
all
has not even.
Mexicans are killers, like all the stuff that he's saying.
Somebody-
And
somebody
even at
endorsed
the
that.
rallies, when he's saying "Make America Great Again,"
You mean make it white again? We know that.
exactly.
Sometimes
So
you
I'm
can be
saying,
accomplished so much it can blind you too.
Well,
True, but then
he was
sometimes you can
doped up
be not
half the
worried
time,
about it
I
because it
think.
don't affect
half
you.
the time he was doped up. He
True
can't
that.
even like.
You know what I'm
He
saying?
didn't know what's going
It
on.
might
He was
not.
doped up.
He might feel to the fact because it doesn't affect him.
but
It
But
does
he,
affect
because
him.
he's in that policy that Trump is fighting
But
for,
that's
all the
what,
taxes and all that, and that's
The
the
tax
main
break
reason
he
why
got us.
Republicans are Republicans because of certain policies.
well, that's what's and it wasn't just this chick by the name of Ali Zaza Ali. She's a activist chick on the internet. She has her own little podcast, whatever. And she was saying, she made a point, and she was saying like even like with the Meek Mill situation, like when he got out of jail, he had a helicopter waiting for him that flew him to the
Right.
to the game. Had
Right.
a barber waiting on him. He got a
Right.
shower over there. Had
Change
new
the
clothes.
clothes, yeah.
They're in a lifestyle. Their lives are different from us. So like what he said. Like, let's not get it mistaken. All right. So Kanye, Jay worked out a deal where he gave him $20 million. Right. He was broke. He was in debt. Jay worked out a deal through Live Nation. That's why in the song he was like, I gave Kanye $20 million without blinking, and he gave me 20 minutes on stage. What was he thinking? And so that kind of offended Jay when Kanye went through that. But that's a different story. But he gave him 20 million, whatever. Kanye's claiming broke. When you watch this interview, well, I think he's bounced back a little bit because he sold a lot of shoes last year. He sold a lot of shoes. But anyway, dude is not that disconnected from reality on that level, but he's disconnected from the college dropout days on our level. He's kind of forgotten because he's dealing with a lot of shit. But dude is doing an interview in Calabasas. He bought 300 acres in Calabasas. That is not cheap. California isn't cheap. So for you to get, I can understand if he maybe would have got away with 300 acres probably in Humboldt County. And I'm not a realtor specialist, so I don't know. But I just know that California's expensive. Dude bought 300 acres out there. And he's out there. And his house is where he designs his clothes, where he makes his music. They got his family right there. He don't really need much of nothing. It can come to him. He's not really, he just got back out into society like a few months ago. He's been that broke. So it's like, I think it's something, he's just in a different place, man.
Yeah. But you know,
Double advocate, you ain't got nothing to say.
His broke and our broke is two different things.
I agree with it. It's two different
It's
things.
two different things.
That's what I'm saying.
His broke was never really broke because he had assets. He had
assets.
stuff he can sell
He
off.
had
So how
assets.
really broke
And he
was
has a
he?
catalog.
How really broke
Right.
was he? Was he broke that he can't go out and do
Well,
all the stuff that he
that's if he
wants
owns
to do?
his catalog.
So he owns it. He owns his catalog. The thing that happened with Kanye. So
He was disconnected, you feel?
not even just disconnected. Well, that has a
Half
part.
of the niggas on the
That has a
street
part
out
to
here,
play
they
into
don't know
it.
what's going on.
So let's rewind back to when he
Is
did.
everybody disconnected in some shape, form?
No,
or
everybody-
We all are
worried-
disconnected.
We all worried
But
about
I
what
mean
we
is
gonna
that
worry about until it affect us.
When we say disconnected, it's like, you know, if I don't live on the southwest side no more and I move to the Woodlands, and if I am not up every day or at least twice a week out there, and my cousins ain't filling me in on what's going on, I'm not
You don't know
concerned
there's
with
traffic
what's going on.
this way. You
Yeah.
want
But I know
Right.
what's going on out here though. But this is just
Right.
where I'm at. So what I mean by that is, rewind back to the Sway interview. You don't have all the answers, Sway. So I've been going through the timeline, especially I'm telling you, you got to watch this interview with Charlamagne. And I was looking at the timeline. So at that point when he said, remember he said, I went out there. Because remember he went and bought a house out there, out in Paris or wherever. He went and set up shop out there. They robbed him. They, made him pay for what we're going to give you, for the little bit we're going to give you. But basically when he said, I'm broke. I done lost millions, like 30 million. And remember, he was like, you ever lost money? He said, I lost thousands. He said, well, then you don't know. He was going off, and Sway asked him, "Why are you seeking their validation? You're Kanye. You don't have all the answers." So that was the beginning to me of his breakdown. Because really he's wanted to do this fashion thing so bad, and Kanye's attitude, his approach towards business.
But you gotta understand, Kanye was he could have been
Already
in
cocky.
with a lot of
Already
people.
cocky.
I mean, he's cocky.
And he's
but-
cocky when we talking
about George Bush don't love black folks. We was
Hey,
right.
that was authentic though.
But
It
those
was
white
authentic
people
though.
love his cocky ass. The problem was he
Not
married
after
that Kardashian.
Nah, when he
And
said
that messed up
no.
his value.
In
His
the
value
interview,
went down.
no, in the interview he said ever
His
since
value
the
went
Taylor
down.
Swift. In the interview he said ever since Taylor Swift,
When he took
shit
the
has
mic.
never been the same. And he said it's a
since
part.
since he ran up on that stage
On
and
that
shit.
So watch the
Yeah.
Charlemagne interview.
That's
Charlemagne
it.
lets him ramble for like 12 minutes. He just lets him get shit off his chest. He's like, I knew he was venting, so I let him go. And he gives you, he said, this lets you know that they got him. He said, yeah, when I showed up 45 minutes late to one of these big fashion joints.
Yeah.
He was late traffic or whatever happened. He got there late, he said, then they started getting on him and on the blogs, it was doing him bad or whatever. He said, man, I felt like ever since the Taylor Swift and that incident, they just been on my ass. So he's like, I broke down because the powers that be, they giving me a hard time. He said, and the powers that be, it's like, they told me in such a sense, yeah, we see you coming through, stomping on necks, but we'll roast you, boy. Like, he going through that shit right now. He going through that early Bill Cosby when Bill Cosby was transitioning. Like, you wanted to be on this side so bad, we gonna like, and that's me. I could be too much of a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
I mean, that could be part of
No,
it.
no,
too,
no,
but
I'm not.
I still
No, I'm not.
think,
But I know for some people they can't
I
have
still
that shit.
think
lot
the
of shit going on in
Kardashians
Hollywood.
We'll never know.
lowered his
A lot of shit
brand,
going
though.
on
That's
in
how I
Hollywood.
feel.
I used
Because
to
as soon as he got
live
with
in that
her,
motherfucker.
the Jay-Z and them wouldn't even hang with him no more. Because she don't know how to go in their circle.
And Charlemagne asked him that.
And what did he say?
He said
That wasn't the case?
no.
He got it. That's with Jay-Z and
Jay-
Beyonce.
so
You
he
gotta
was
watch
like,
what
he was
saying.
mad because he was like, they wouldn't come to my wedding.
But why you know what I'm saying?
They were his
That's his
friends.
idol.
That's his friend.
He
that's
said
his
that
idol.
Jay-Z is
But then all of a sudden, when your idol don't accept you and he should be happy for me. It's just like your mama. Your mama don't like your husband or whatever,
Right.
your wife or whatever. Then
Right.
you know what I'm saying. You don't love me enough to be happy for me.
Right. No matter
And-
who I
and,
feel.
yeah,
He
let's
said,
move
plus
on.
he
I
kept
Right.
going. He said they was going through their shit too. He said they was going through their little shit too. He said, so I understood.
It's a lot of
But
motherfuckers
it
going
was a
through some
but.
shit.
But yeah, you gotta think about it. Kanye ain't too broke when everybody that's on his label is making money. Travis Scott, you know what I'm saying? All those boys and stuff making
Yeah,
millions.
but that don't mean much though.
They don't mean he ain't
That can
making
be
no money.
that can be
They
side
making
High to
money.
Prince.
You got.
You know what I'm saying? They coming
What I mean
up.
is we don't know if he's at a certain point to where luckily he's got artists that are selling like that to where we don't know how much of we don't really know how the money look because sometimes it can be
No,
just
it's
keeping you
broke
good
down.
enough.
Yeah. You know,
The main thing is I feel that
Yeah.
Kanye went over there to try to protect himself and have his freedom of speech. And yeah, I'm behind this nigga. I'm behind him.
Mm-hmm.
It don't matter why y'all believe or whatever.
I'm
I
behind
believe,
that right to say
I'm
that.
behind him and stuff.
But I
And
just-
he accidentally said slavery was a choice. Because we all said we couldn't be back slaves. I wouldn't have been a slave. Have you ever said that? If I was
Yeah,
back there,
yeah,
I wouldn't have
yeah,
been no slave.
yeah.
But
I
you
done
would have
seen
made
that
that
shit.
choice. You would have made that choice to
I'd
live or
probably
die,
rather
huh?
been dead than to be chained
Have you
up.
ever said that, Brad?
I'm
So,
saying,
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I have.
So we all,
But
he's
I'm a-
thinking like that.
I'll
It's a
tell you-
choice when we all say, I would have been
I
no
don't-
slave. We all could
Yeah,
have
let
raised
me,
up
let,
and
me,
did all
let,
that.
me, let me hear him say that shit about them Jewish people.
And
His ass would be taken out of everything.
We would hear about Whitney Houston, similar Whitney Houston death. He was found in a hotel room.
He won't
with a
sell
gang
them
of
on
pills.
record. He won't be on the TV. His ass will be gone, man.
I think sometimes I feel black folks give every race too much power over us. If they feel that they can stop this, they can stop that and everything. But we showed that they couldn't stop Obama. If we come together and do what we do, like we showed them, they couldn't stop, you know what I'm saying, Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? We have the numbers to put them on their ass and stuff.
But that
we
was-
come
and
together.
that was
and do
part
it.
of- and that was
without
part of-
numbers.
But that was part of what. See, if Kanye would have came out and just been like, 400 years. First of all, American slavery wasn't 400 years. I mean, you gonna do the time. But I mean,
400 years make
we've
up
been
right
told
now.
that for so
Next year.
long, and really, technically, well, anyway. So
Yeah.
you look at that, and technically, the numbers were on our side back then.
Yeah.
But you gotta remember, man, there was such a psychological damage
You got
to some slaves. But this is where I kind of questioned what the numbers were as far as history gives us. Like, I don't feel like Nat Turner and Harriet Tubman were the only gangster motherfuckers that wanted to
Hell,
rebel
They
and free
weren't.
niggas.
No,
If that was a system, the
Yeah.
Underground Railroad is a system. I believe that because I went and looked it up. They said like it's recorded like over 100,000 slaves made it as far as Canada.
Yeah.
Just through the Underground Railroad. So I'm like, you know, what's funny is like when you go look at like 12 Years a Slave, that nigga was never born into slavery. He got tricked into that shit. So it's like,
But the thing is,
I think they don't tell the story.
People
I
always
don't
talk
think we
about
was that-
uprising.
They make
and
us
stuff
look
like
weak.
that.
I think we was stronger
Yeah,
than
they
that.
tell a lot of
But
bullshit.
no, I think we was
stories.
weak. I think we was weak because out of fear.
You
From
had-
the
because
side
you
they
had
told
us-
us.
You know what I'm
Because
saying?
you
They had
had
us on
free
fear.
people walking around in the midst of all of this shit going on.
Yeah, you did.
You had free
Free
motherfuckers
people, yeah.
that was still walking around here doing pretty much what I you know what I always like to think about? It's right out of Galveston, Texas. The first black heavyweight champion of the world,
Jack Johnson.
walking around in the
Yeah.
1800s,
Beating up white boys.
You know what I'm
Beating
saying?
And dating white
boys.
women.
And dating white women.
So
Exactly.
you had
Driving
free
crazy.
Right,
They were still,
right,
they were still
exactly.
hanging dudes back then.
They were.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it was
But-
fear. It was fear.
Right.
But he knew his history too.
But that
He
was,
a real-
see, I'm
he
gonna
was a
tell you,
real
I
heavy
think
dude.
slavery was pretty much.
He was a
Right,
renaissance
right.
type of dude.
It was
That
out
was
of
after,
fear.
I think that was after that, but I do agree that there was like I love movies, so I really relate to a lot of movies, and I feel movies tell us more than what we give them credit for. Like they give us truths, like, and so when I watch Django and I look at that, case in point, what you talking about, it was clearly still slavery was going on. But if a white man like that dude that came and got Jamie
Django,
Foxx had
right.
enough pull,
Right.
I like you, and plus I got a
Right.
steam, but I really
Right.
like you. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
he put his life on the line for him. But I
Right.
believe a lot of that was happening, and that's what I'm saying. I don't think history tells us that. But I
They
think
can't
that
tell
That was
you
the
that.
Underground
History
They
Railroad.
don't
want to give
want
us
you
well,
to
that.
say
because that's
They
why they
wanna
still
give
got
you
our
that
minds
story.
now.
Right.
That's why they still got us
Right.
now.
That's
Exactly.
what the
They don't
Underground
wanna let you
Railroad
know.
was.
But
If
it
you
was-
look at
They
like
don't want you to know how
what's his
strong
name?
y'all really are.
What's the one on
Rosewood.
TNT? No, that John Legend them had. They took off Underground.
The underground.
The
It was
underground stuff. They
underground.
showed
yeah,
how,
yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying, white people was against it. I mean, was against slavery and stuff. They was part of the Underground Railroad right there in town, and people
Yeah,
knew
you
they
had
was, you know what I'm
some.
saying, but they
Yeah.
was bold. Like, you don't have the right to
Yeah.
come in here.
But see,
Fuck you.
if
Right.
you notice
Yeah.
though, they always want to give us the defeated slave story.
That's my point.
That's
Right.
That's where the
always
that's
wanna
another
give- that's the
psychological.
Right. That's the psychological
It's just like
warfare.
this. It's another thing. We was having this conversation in the shop the other day, and we were talking about why do they only show black men getting killed when it's a lot of white guys getting
Media
killed
controls
too.
a lot.
Right.
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
do it only
They
show
show
black
Well,
men?
and
Right.
I forgot what
It's
they
a
called
reason
it.
for it.
It is a reason, and it's
reason for
it's
it.
basically a control
It's
thing
a
through
fear.
information.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
and a fear. But
Create fear.
Fear.
what they don't
Right.
tell you is that
Submission.
they kill each other too.
That's my point.
Right.
Like,
But you don't
amongst
see that
themselves,
part.
like,
And
You
it's,
don't
and it's
see that
cops
part
that
on
have
the
killed
media.
a bunch of. I think I don't remember the statistics, but it's higher than what you would think of the white guys that's been shot by police. But
Right.
they never show
Show
it.
it, right.
You don't see it on YouTube. You don't see it. No, why is this information? We are not the only people that get shot
Bro,
by the
that's
police.
that control.
Yeah.
Right.
That's that. And see that, but that's what I was saying. Like even like I know people hate this, but white supremacy from the most evilest standpoint is genius as fuck.
Yeah.
Like the systematic things that have been put in place. Slavery ended, and them niggas created prisons. There were no prisons
Right.
before slavery because my plantation, as far as you can see, is your jail. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Let alone I got you here. So it's like they just like they were thinking years ahead because we
They
have to keep
were.
this same dominance from back here.
We need that, and
So-
we need that manpower.
And I feel Kanye, if Kanye could endorse Trump from a factual political stance, whether I disagree or not, then I could accept your free thinking. But first of all, we know you, so get the fuck out of here. You're not gonna fool me with that shit. Second of all, I know they got you. That's another thing. I don't give a shit what nobody say. That nigga is in deep. The nigga's
Too deep,
lost.
huh?
He's lost, bro. When you look at his eye, when you watch that TMZ joint.
Yeah, he looking
when
a
he
little
moving
When the
out,
nigga
he
was
moving
talking to
all
him,
over the place.
Yeah, he
with
Like
the
when the nigga said what you said slavery, and he looked to the side and laughed, and he said what you said, and he looked right like he's
Yeah, he
like,
came around that corner like.
I would love to know what, like, dude is gone. But he can't do that because he's not connected. He's not educated on what's going on with this nigga. You're just, in your creative way, resonating with him because he said, I want to run for president.
All in love. He's saying, too, he want to do it all in love. So to stop the division, stop the hate.
That's the bullshit they fed us.
Let's just do it all in love.
That's the bullshit they fed us. Look, this is the land of the free. You know, home of the brave. We love everybody.
Right.
They fed us that bullshit, and now he preaching it to us. Come on, man.
Okay.
How did we get from George Bush don't like black people to I love Trump? I don't. That's a gimmick to me. Or that medicine is really on his ass.
Yeah.
That
He trying to sell some shoes or get some pub.
He sold a game of shoes last year. The nigga did very well in shoes last year. That's why when you say he's not broke. Yeah. I think he had to. I think a lot of that money he was able to borrow against because everybody knows if Kanye come and ask me $5, I'll give him $50 because I know you are well fucking worth it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that nigga, they got his ass.
Okay. Well, we'll be back with Brad's Corner or Roy V Thoughts. Who want to go? We'll be back while they decide, guys. Yeah. We'll be right back.
Let him go.
You let him go.
Is this man bringing these eats over here?
I thought
he don't come till 7.
Man,
Interviews don't start till 7. You know that already.
Well, I mean, I thought he would at least be a little punctual.
Yeah, and set up, right?
Niggas, man, tell you, man.
And set up for samples, right?
Yeah, he gonna turn it up when he come in anyway, because he live.
He is. They say something to you?
She said Kanye West was expressing a call to action with his comments. I can kind of see that. He just gotta deliver it better.
Okay.
And your platform is too important. But I believe it is a call to action, man. He need, man. I'm gonna tell you, he's the right person too. If he can get his mind right, cause dude is just, man. Kanye, without a doubt, has to be, like I told her, top 3 probably of all time most influential.
But my camera, I can't get my angle right.
Hip hop rappers, like he changed the game. He brought a sound back. He made niggas want to make beats like him, rapping like him, dressing like him. Like he's a cultural icon, whether you like him or not. That's what it is. But the where he's going right now, when that nigga Van Lathan said, "I'm unbelievably hurt because you've morphed into something that isn't real to me." That I don't know how you could even come back from that.
Yeah,
because that means that nigga, like when did you watch the Charlamagne interview?
Nah, I didn't.
Bro, watch the Charlamagne interview, and you gonna be. And what makes me mad is that I saw the stupid shit that he did on TMZ before I saw that interview. I would have really been mad if I saw that interview first, and then he did this because right when he grabs you back in, he do some stupid shit.
Yeah,
it wasn't totally stupid, but he just,
you know.
Yeah. And he a Kardashian now, that's a lot of.
Yeah, everybody talking about the Kardashian curse.
Yeah.
You know,
they said Ray J was the only one to know when to get out.
And what you call it with the beard? He played for the Rockets.
Ray J made it.
He got out too. Ray J put him on the map.
Huh?
He put him on the map.
But they were just making a reference. And Reggie Bush got away too. Reggie was messing with Kim, but them niggas got away.
Yeah.
Lamar, he was already damaged good.
Yeah, I can't get everybody in it.
Boy, so I gotta go.
They broke the other one.
Every time I mess with you, I get hurt.
Lamar stayed too long.
Lamar was already damaged good, but to me, it's like Kanye, because by the time Kim got to him, Kanye's mom had been dead a little bit. So he's already lost, and then you let the only, I could get see Kris Jenner talking to him. Oh, Kanye, I'll be your mother now.
Shut the front door. Stop it.
Welcome to the family, man. We love you. We will never let anything happen to you. You gotta trust us now. Like Kanye, like the last, like you finally made it to the devil himself. This is what you asked for, nigga. This is what it is.
And his wife, she had to been knowing this all this time. I bet you she knew she did it for the money. Man, how's she gonna be with this dude?
After Chris Humphries, they're married. They weren't even divorced yet when she was with Kanye. And the thing that's sad is so around the graduation album, that's when Kanye. Remember he did that song, I Know I Hate the Show. That was about his girl, the girl he was really with before he blew up. Like, and he kept cheating and she left him. And so it's like he lost that. Like now because Amber Rose, I ain't gonna lie, he made Amber Rose, but Amber Rose, I don't know, man. That nigga Kanye out there. They need a good system. Somebody said he just needs a couple aunties and a big mama to go get it.
Rose called him finger booty.
I know, right?
A girl
That
like
boy
that.
out there, he got real quiet. He shut that shit down. He stopped talking shit after that.
Shit, she did Wiz the same way. Let me show you why Ye loves me so much.
Okay.
Let me show you.
Let me show you.
I'm gonna touch your male G spot.
Okay.
That's sad, man. Because there's chicks out there that they like doing it. It's like power. It's like, I got this nigga, girl. You want?
That's terrible.
Yeah. That's why you just gotta go on and just kick on her face. Let her know off the rip.
Look at here. Just in case you thinking that shit.
Okay.
That's what they
So if she get a little too far,
read these
Kick in her
Nikes.
face. Bam. What did it say? Wow. Y'all funny.
Yeah.
Look at you. You got some chips in your bag. What do you do?
nah, I was just looking to see what time it was. The clock was behind me. I was looking to see what time it was.
Ah! Oh, man.
Yeah, you gotta bring that chick back.
What chick?
The one that did the interview right before you left.
Oh, okay. MC deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Jackpot.
Thanks for tuning in. We are back. This is Under the Influence on Texas 101 Jams. I am Lynn.
And I'm Bryant the Barber.
And I'm Roy B.
All right, we got some thoughts with Roy B. Roy B's thoughts. What's your topic?
Well, I guess my topic is gonna be, like urban hood gardening.
Okay. Okay, hood gardening.
Yeah,
All right.
urban hood gardening.
Yeah. Tell us about that.
And we're gonna talk about growing fruits and veggies, just in a small area, your backyard. You wanna have some nice yields. So,
Where they start off first? Like, do they need to build their own thing? Can you pre-purchase it? Like, what are the steps?
well, you can pre-purchase it or you can build your own. That's what I did. I built my own from scratch. And, basically you can buy these corners or ends and you can just put your boards, 4x2s, 2x4s. You can build them to the depth that you want them. Mine's is 15 inches and 8 feet long, 4 feet wide, 15 inches deep. And I'm growing a variety of vegetables.
Okay.
Some of them good greens. Y'all know what I mean? I got some kale, some okra, some carrots, some beets.
Okay.
Can't wait to get it going.
Is it good? You started it already?
Yes, I started. Just
You ain't able to pull yet, though.
planted on the 29th.
Oh,
You just
for
started.
real?
Yeah, so I got a little while to harvest.
So are they on like a water release by themselves, or you have to go out there? And
Well, I
water?
got a sprinkler system, but I go out and like to water it myself.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to producing nice, plentiful.
Okay, bounty.
Yeah, all that good shit. Hood gardening.
So you
That's what
cook
we
like
gonna
you making all this kale and stuff.
Yeah, I
you
cook. Yeah, I cook.
Okay.
I cook. You know,
Okay.
I was doing the meal prep thing
Okay.
every week for like 3-4 months.
It gets expensive.
Yeah, then I got sidetracked. Got
Ah.
sidetracked a little bit, had a little injury, so I had to kind of chill.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gained a little weight in the process, not being able to hit the gym.
Right.
But just saying that everybody can grow a little something, whether it's some tomatoes, some strawberries, something like that.
Right.
Something I've been wanting to do for a few years. Finally got
Finally
around
able
to
to
it.
do it.
Yeah.
What's
Right.
up, man?
Yeah.
That's how it
Okay.
starts, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it
Okay.
starts.
We can all
I'm
do
about to
it.
give me some kale from your garden.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
have a
I like
bunch
to
of
make
kale.
me a kale salad.
Matter of fact, them the first seeds that came up
Oh,
was my
okay.
kale. They came up for anything.
Yeah.
Real quick,
Yeah.
like 8 of them. I got like 8 of them in a row. It's gonna be a
Okay.
bunch of them.
What's supposed to be the normal harvest time for, not just for kale, but for a few other them?
Like 48 weeks, and for
Yeah, that's all I say, yeah.
Is it 40? Yeah, did I say that right?
It's 52 weeks, right?
Did I say, did I say
So
that shit
did you
right?
say it right?
Yeah, it's gonna be
Do it take
really about 3 months.
3
About
months?
3 months, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I might be saying that shit wrong. Yeah, I said
Right.
that wrong. Yeah, so it'd be about 3 months. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? So about 56 days.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm tripping. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so about 56 days for the carrots, about 46 days, 48 days for the kale, and the okra. I think it's like 50 some days too. Yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. For real.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be learning as I go too. I don't know
Right.
everything.
You're probably gonna
but
kill a
I'm
couple of
learning. Yeah, I'm
plants
gonna
for
kill
you.
some probably.
Right.
Most likely.
Before you yield something.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna wait
Kill
on my
something
kale.
before you yield something.
Yeah,
but it's
exactly.
gonna be right. I done a lot of research before I started, so
Okay.
I think I'm a little bit ahead of the game.
Right.
Yeah,
Already?
Yeah, all my
Okay.
seeds germinated. They say they're supposed to germinate in like 10 to 12 days. All my seeds germinated in about 6 to 8 days.
Oh, okay. It's the
Yeah.
fertilizer you're using too, probably.
Yeah, I got
Got
that
that good shit.
Got
Yeah.
that good shit.
No doubt.
Yeah.
All right.
So those are my thoughts for today.
Okay. Hood
Yeah,
gardening.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Hood gardening. Hell yeah. Yeah. And we'll be right back with Brad's Corner. Oh, no, I want to do that. See, just some random shit I play. Everything is in these folders over here, so I just go and hijack shit out of these folders.
Okay.
That's it.
Cool. Shit.
Yeah.
I come up here and just go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I was like, it's easy, it's fun.
Yeah.
Once you get to the flow of it. What if somebody wants you to build them a little garden thing? You open to that?
Yeah, I'm open to it. Yeah, but knowing
Because
the
they don't know
thing-
what to do. Like, I Googled that shit and I just saw it. Like, they had it at the warehouse, whatever, it's Home Depot, whatever. And they had them, like, already pre-made, just little bitty ones or whatever.
Yeah, them little small.
Yeah,
they
little
got them at
small
Home
ones.
Depot, Walmart. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So I was
but-
going to go that route because I didn't know nothing
Yeah,
about
I do. The typical thing sell about $300-$400. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, excuse me. Oh shit. So it's like, I build shit though. I
Yeah.
build little furniture pieces, little shelves. So I like doing that type
Right.
of woodwork and all that type of shit. So I keep my little tools.
Who's ready?
Yeah, it really don't.
Yeah.
It really ain't. It's easy. It's really easy. Once you buy them ends,
Yeah.
them corners, 4 corners, you can buy from like the garden supply company,
Mhm.
and you just push your bulbs down in there, and it's gonna have it straight and everything
Yeah.
because it's grooves that you just slide them down in. all I had to do was just cut the board.
Right.
You know, I had a thick 4x2.
Yeah.
I just had to cut it to 4 feet wide. That's it, because they come in like 8 feet planks.
Oh, okay.
That's it. Pull out my little saw, cut that shit, put that shit together.
Okay.
We got a 1 square yard of planting soil where you go buy from like them, you know, you see them like a little dirt places on the side of the road. They got different types of soil, whatever you want to get. So I went and got that, put it on the back of my truck. I spent about 3 hours unloading that shit. It was so much dirt.
For real?
There's a lot of fucking dirt in that time.
Wow.
Yeah. When the plants get big, I'm gonna put some more dirt in there.
Oh, okay.
Get it all the way to the top.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll work. If you ever need to move it, you'll be able to move it.
Yeah, I can move that whole
Right.
I'm gonna be eating in a minute, bro. I can't wait. I ain't lying. I'm gonna be eating. I'm gonna start putting that it's like fish. It's a fertilizer like fish and kelp, like seaweed,
Yeah.
and that's what's fertilizer I'm gonna be using.
Really?
It's like organic fertilizer.
Really?
Yeah.
Do they use it on all fruit? So
Probably,
I'm
it's just
eating
if
the
you
little
just
fruit and
want.
vegetables. I'm already eating like a little fish residue and
Nah, you just want.
Whatever
Nah,
on
you
that
just
stuff.
want to use it for like organic gardening. Once they get so big, you ain't gonna put them on there no more.
oh, okay.
You feel me? You just gonna stop so your plants can clean it out.
We're back. This is Under the Influence on Texas 101 Jams. I am Lynn.
And I'm Brad the Barber.
And I'm Roy B.
Okay, we're back with Brad's Corner.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So in the midst of everything that we have going on, I was thinking I guess I was listening to the Breakfast Club when they were talking about Childish Gambino, which is Donald Glover.
Yeah.
I said Donald Glover. You know, he put out a real controversial video. I don't know
When
if
he
y'all
got
saw
no
it.
shirt on.
Right.
Right.
And as genius as he is, like, dude is really a genius. Like, his show is so it hits a lot of points, and if you're informed, you'll catch it. If you're not gonna catch it. Like, a lot of people didn't catch the video. I mean, you know how we easily get distracted. So that's what the dancing, all the dancing he was doing.
Right.
Right after he shoots somebody
Right
in the head, and he starts back dancing.
Yeah.
And it really, to me, what I caught from that was, it's funny how so many people have, like, their, you know, sometimes you gotta watch 2 or 3, you gotta watch something a little bit over again, or it takes a minute for you to process it.
Yep.
And his video really touched on some things. So then somebody made a comment, a girl called in, and she was like, "Man, I'm so lit about this video. It's like she was like, I'm proud to be black, almost."
Yeah.
Which I felt that. So then, the way my mind works, I just totally dozed off into the, because she tried to put him as a new spokesman for black people, possibly.
Okay.
But then, of course, they shot that down because he's with a white woman, so they were like, nah, whatever. But I got to thinking about people of our time right now, who we could look at, like, you know, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, how they looked at him back then, or how they looked at Ali, or, you know, Bill Russell, or Angela Davis, which I don't know who would be Angela Davis right now.
Yeah.
But I was thinking that, and I was just like, man, who out here is just really, who could we say? And I'm not looking for a leader, but people that are in position, which, not to touch back on Kanye, but that's another thing that makes me mad about him endorsing Trump now, because we all know that this is some bullshit, and Trump's supporters now have Kanye to speak to prove their point to us.
Right.
They're like, this man means no good to us. You know, he does not want to see us financially empowered. He does not want to see us, like, he's known for this. So anyway, but off of Kanye, but my point is, like, right now, and I was like thinking, like, I would say Kaepernick. I mean, right now, to me, I have to choose, like, authentic.
Yeah,
For a man to put his money on the line, he didn't just do it once, he did it twice. He could have played for Seattle. And they told him, look, we want you, because if you think about it, Seattle's really a really laid back city. You were just talking about up that area up there. Yeah. Seattle's a very laid back city, so a lot of weed, it rain, you know, they chilling. The crime rate ain't as high as other places. Good coffee and seafood. People who's fighting about crabs? There's crab legs out here, man. But so like they said, but we just gotta make sure that you gonna stand.
Yep.
And I can't tell y'all that.
Yep.
So that means he stood on his shit twice.
Yep.
So my thing is I say Cap first. I'm in love with what LeBron is doing for.
Yeah. I like the way he moved too. Yeah, I like the way he moves a lot. You know, just the way he handled himself.
Yeah. Cap, no scandal.
He had so much to lose. You know what I'm saying?
He lost.
Even though they didn't give the whole story, because you know they didn't tell the story that it was actually a military guy that told Cap you should kneel because this is what we do for our fallen comrades.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he was a white military guy. You know what I'm saying? He said he wasn't going to kneel.
They tried to hide it.
And he stood right on the side of Colin Kaepernick and supporting him. He wouldn't kneel, though, but he still was in support. And they didn't want to give that whole story that it actually stemmed from a vet. You know? So they didn't want to put that type of respect on it.
And I'm going to tell you what, and see, and the way that they have power, the NFL, the powers that be, it's going to show you that a destructive mind state, they rather destruction than because they feel like to live powerful, there's no other way to live powerful. Mm-hmm. And if we lose power, like I don't want to just live happy, I want to live happy and powerful. Yep. So what I noticed and what I took from that is they basically ignored the whole fact that a man that felt so disrespected by Colin Kaepernick sitting down, he had enough respect to go find out what's up. Mm-hmm. Wrote him a letter. Yep. Cap said, "You know what? I'm fly you."
Yeah, and
now a conversation starts to happen.
And they won't even mention that the military paying them to even run this patriotic
they are
through the NFL because before 2010 it wasn't they was in the locker room.
Right.
But what I'm saying is that, and see, this is the only part where if Kanye was truly about this, I could be like, okay. But when you look at Colin Kaepernick standing what he stood for, one end of the spectrum, then you got this military vet on the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
They were able to put all the bullshit aside, sit down and have a discussion. And then, well, what's the best? Because I see you're not going to back down off you're not going to stand, and I'm still a vet. So what do you think? Well, check this out. We kneel when a vet dies or through ceremony or whatever.
Exactly.
That's respect, and see, that goes to show you not only was this never about the military.
Yeah.
This was about a military guy who had an issue that was able to, two men that were able to talk different colors.
Yeah.
See, they mad because Colin Kaepernick was raised white.
Yep.
Went to college, pledged Kappa Alpha Psi.
Yep.
Found out he was a nigga.
Probably was summa cum laude.
He learned where he come from.
Yeah.
And to show you our black queens are really who they are, his girl really put him up on knowledge. Mm-hmm. The one that spoke out with the Baltimore shit, she the one that, from what I'm reading, she's the one that put him up on knowledge. And so he took it. First of all, his platform was not that big.
Yep.
Like, he was getting paid nice, but he wasn't getting paid that nice.
Yep.
He risked all of that because, first of all, I've grown up in privilege. I'm not tripping. I get it. Whatever. But he put that
probably
on.
Ain't never been beat up by the police. I probably ain't been, none of that. But the fact that I see it is going on, and I have a voice and I have a platform that a lot of people can hear me, and I'm gonna say something about this shit because it's just not cool. Mm-hmm. So, like they say, freedom of speech. Just watch what you say.
Just watch what you say.
And then the little chick told me Loren's gonna say, "Well, you talking about oppression? You were raised by people that you didn't grow up. He was like, bitch, I never said I grew up oppressed.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that goes to show you that he literally tapped into his bloodline and what's going
He
on.
can see it. He know he's not dumb. He's aware. He's awake, or he's become awake. Like this makes no sense. Why, let me say something. If nobody else don't say anything, I'm gonna speak up because I can. And fuck it. If I lose a few $1 million,
Can you imagine what was going through his mind right before, like, because he knew the camera's gonna pick this up. I'm not standing. Like the first time, and then the second time, and the third time, it's like for a man to put his money on the line. That's why I say, LeBron tucked his tail between his legs. He had every right not to go back to Cleveland.
mm-hmm.
But he said, man, this is bigger than basketball. You got Kaepernick, he stood up for what he stood up for. I really can't find nobody else after that right now that I lit. Okay, well, I'm feeling David Banner right now.
Yeah. David
But
Banner,
he got he to me his impact ain't as thick as I need it to be. I guess.
Well, David Banner doing a lot.
Well, I take that back.
He's touring.
I take that back. He put his money on the line.
Yeah, he was here.
Because he could have kept doing that same music he was doing.
Yeah.
And he was getting well paid for it. So I take that back.
Yeah.
He put his money on the line.
Yeah, he did.
It's too easy.
Because he speak up and he speaks strong and he does have a platform. He just ain't really as out in front as he was for his music career. He got a music licensing company though, so a lot of these ad agencies, they he getting their licensing money. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm feeling that, man. But I just was like looking at right now the day that we're in, man, and we really like, it's like even right now, like there's an awakening going on. So I never thought Don Lemon would come around kind of the way he has.
He has come around. I couldn't believe it.
Don
That's
Lemon
the
over
dude
on CNN.
CNN.
ever
dude,
since the
the
Ferguson.
bald head black dude.
No, he's not bald headed. He got hair, light skinned dude.
Oh yeah.
He was the one in Ferguson that he got to argue with Talib Kweli.
Yeah.
That was when he woke up. Or that was what started it right there because that Ferguson shit was just.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
and we're repeating those times. But even now, like when you see him on his show,
He be shutting them off. He
Man.
be cutting down. He like, I ain't got time for this shit. Be done. Get off.
yeah,
You
he
ain't
be
getting on my show
aggravated,
no more.
man. He be
I be like,
aggravated.
go ahead on, Don.
And he be like, man,
Your
I don't have
balls
time.
dropped
for
finally.
this. He be checking
Your
niggas
balls
and
dropped.
He
everything.
went from puppy balls.
So look,
little
there was
tight
a
balls.
There was a girl during that whole riot thing in Ferguson, and she got on. She said, "It's sad that you." She said, "You sitting over here with them. You see what's going on because you report what's going on, and it's sad because he was trying to play both sides of the fence. Like right now, you said the wrong. Like at this point, he was on coon. He was cooning.
Yeah.
Right.
Even if he didn't know he was cooning.
Right.
But you sent the wrong cone to this hostile environment. So now he's trying to beg and plead. I mean, these dudes didn't. They just kicked Jesse out. They found Jesse at somewhere down the street, and them dudes told Jesse, "You need to go. Like you ain't. You coming here to get some likes." You know what I'm saying? Like so. I think after that situation,
Jesse Jackson.
Yeah, they said they called Jesse like at McDonald's or Burger King. They said, "What you here for, Jesse?" He said, "We been down here going at this for like a week and a half or something, and we just now seen you here." But that's when Talib Kweli went down there and a bunch of black celebrities went down there. That's when Jesse showed up. Like,
yeah, trying to get some likes.
Jesse ass.
Okay. Well, guys, we'll be right back. Our guest is here, Chef Leslie. We're gonna sample some of that food he got over there, and then he'll be back on the air with you guys.
already, I'm hungry.
Smell good too.
Yeah, let's do that, man. Go on. Bring
No,
the
I
cake.
gotta go take some pictures.
Oh,
of the
you
food.
didn't take it? Oh yeah, I forgot your phone.
Dude, I'm on
We'll be right
live
back.
now.
We'll be right
back.
After these messages.
We'll be right back, guys, with Chef Leslie. Pay attention to the pictures of the food. He got some salmon, y'all.